So we're now on our fifth of 6 videos breaking down the 6 pairs of vintage original Air Jordans that I have currently listed on eBay. And you'll notice right away that you're looking at an orange and white Nike box. Vintage original Air Jordan 1s from 1985 came in black and red boxes. But the AJKO model that you see right here came in orange and white boxes. You can see right here the name of the shoe is AJKO. And to my knowledge, nobody at Nike has ever clarified with certainty what KO stands for. A lot of people have said it might mean knockout and that the shoes were inspired by boxing. The main difference between Air Jordans and AJKOs is that AJKOs are made out of canvas and Air Jordans are made out of leather. But there are other differences that I'll be pointing out along this video. But notice that the shoes are called AJKO and that the product code is 9701. The other Air Jordans that we've been looking at started at 4280, 4281, 4282, so on and so forth. So a huge jump to 9701. The color is white, black, and red. That's what's come to be known as the Chicago Bulls color, but of course back then they were just considered white, black, and red. And you'll also notice that this pair of shoes came from a store called Dennery's. I googled Dennery's and found nothing. I've never heard of that shoe store before. Maybe some of you have, and if you have, please leave a comment below, but there's really nothing that I could find online about it. But I always think it's cool when a shoebox has the old tag on there. It kind of helps tell the story of the shoe, you know, where it was, how much it was listed for, what it had to be marked down for. Again, before we get too far into the shoes, let's have a look at this. Here is the original Jumpman hang tag. And when we open it up here, it breaks down the specs of the Air Jordan High. Now, that brings up the point that these are not actually Air Jordan Highs. These are AJKOs. And if you look closely at the hang tag, that's an Air Jordan 1 in there, not an AJKO. So I'm really not certain that the AJKOs originally came with these Jumpman hang tags. Now, I have 2 pairs of AJKOs currently listed on eBay. This is one of them. The other one is the black and red pair, which I'll do a video on right after this one gets uploaded. But both of my pairs do have the Jumpman hang tags. That's just the way that I had them and collected them and displayed them in the Shoeseum. But I'm not really sure if originally they came with them, and my hunch is that maybe they didn't, because it's really describing a different shoe. So let's get in here and have a look at this just gorgeous pair of AJKOs. Let's set it right here on the box. You can tell right away that the midsoles are very yellowed from age, being 34 years old. Interestingly, the first time that Nike ever retroed the AJKOs, they did them as part of a vintage pack, and the shoes came from the factory almost looking like this, with this yellowed look on the midsole. Have a look at the outsoles. Still some packing peanuts in there from my trip to Charlotte, North Carolina, where I brought these shoes and displayed them for NBA All-Star Weekend. You'll notice that the outsole of the AJKO is very different than the outsole of the Air Jordan 1. The outsole on this shoe has a lot of concentric circles on it, just like that of the Vandal, which was a popular basketball shoe that came out originally in 1984. But this outsole is very different than the outsole on the Air Jordan 1. So we looked at the yellowed midsole, and we talked about the fact that the uppers are made out of canvas, and originally the Air Jordan 1s are made out of leather. When you have a look at the laces, you'll notice that the laces are much fatter on AJKOs than the original laces on the Air Jordan 1s. And also you'll notice up here on the tag that the tag just says Nike, not Nike Air. The insoles in here are just completely plain. So I said that nobody at Nike's ever confirmed what the KO in AJKO stands for, at least to my knowledge. And you can see that the shoes were made in Korea. And some people have actually said that that's what the KO stands for, like Air Jordan Korea. So some people have said Air Jordan Knockout, like inspired by boxing, and other people have said Air Jordan Korea. Have a look up here at the Wings logo. It says AJKO, which of course is different than on the Air Jordans that say Air Jordan. The swooshes are like crazy on these. Look how just long and skinny it gets. Wraps all the way around to become the other swoosh. Notice that the eyelets on the AJKO are made out of metal, which of course is different than on the original Air Jordan. And then of course this is not connected, much like Nike Dunks, but on the Air Jordan 1 this is not a separate piece. It's all connected there. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 eyelets. If these ones right here just count as one each. But 8 eyelets is different than the 9 eyelets that you'll see on the original Air Jordan 1. The collars are just like so crazy on the AJKOs. They're really fat. I mean, there's like more padding on these collars than on most skateboarding shoes. This little tab right here hangs off the back, which is different than the original Air Jordan. So that's this shoe. Let's take a look at this one right over here. It's pretty cool that they've yellowed like this. It kind of gives them personality. They're in wonderful condition. Brand new in their original box. They only have the one set of laces though. My other pair of AJKOs has 2 sets of laces, and we'll look at those momentarily. Let's look at the writing on the inside there. 11.5. Interestingly, the 1/2 is written as a fraction instead of just 11.5. The shoes were made in 1985, so that's why it says 85 there. And then 10/12 would represent the months of October to December, and SH in there is going to be the factory. It's worth pulling these out and just noting that, I mean, this is as dead stock as it gets. Look at that. It's just crazy to see a pair of shoes like this that are just so amazing, 34 years old, and still factory laced, or factory unlaced in this case. I mean, it's surprising that nobody decided to just lace them up and try them on. So there you have it, the white, black, and red AJKO. These shoes are currently listed on eBay. The auction ends on Sunday night. I'm going to put a link in the description to this video below, and you can click on it and have a look at this pair of shoes along with the 5 other pair of original Air Jordan 1s that are currently listed. Good luck with the auctions, and I hope you enjoyed this video.